Howdy folks, and welcome to Hawkmine Outdoors.
And on this episode, we're taking a look at the Excalibur Ibex. So,
y'all stay tuned.
We're going to be taking a look at the Excalibur Ibex. Unfortunately, Excalibur no longer makes the Ibex, but I bought this one brand new about 12 years ago, and it's done a lot of work. It's killed many deer and shot countless arrows through it. Let's go ahead and get into the specs. Let's take a look at the Excalibur Ibex. Now, unfortunately, Excalibur no longer makes the Ibex, but it is a recurved crossbow. Now, recurve means there's no cams or pulleys on these limbs, which is a very rugged design and very user-friendly design. I can change my own bowstrings at home with just a simple tool that Excalibur gives you when you buy the thing. By today's standards, the Ibex is a slow, antiquated crossbow. It shoots 20-inch arrows, 305 feet per second, has a 175-pound draw weight. It's mostly made of composite material. The riser is plastic composite material, and it weighs about 6 pounds. To round out the specs and features of this Excalibur Ibex, has about a 3-pound trigger pull, pretty good trigger in it, and a 14.5-inch power stroke. And the main thing, you can tell this thing's old and outdated, it's a massive crossbow. This thing is huge by today's standards.
Do a real quick comparison between the Mag 340 and the Ibex here. This is Excalibur's entry level crossbow, the Mag 340. And just to do a little quick looking, this one definitely more compact, more ergonomic, got a lot more technology into it, I'm assuming, but definitely both will get the job done.
Gonna go ahead and take a few shots with the Excalibur Ibex. See how it does. All right on.
Right on.
First shot of the season, right where I left it.
Oh yeah.
Nice little group. Nice little
Heck
group.
yeah.
Shooting the old Ibex today, and the field tip points are going right where I want it. I went ahead and put on a Broadhead, and we'll see how that arrow does. Lately, I've been shooting the Allen brand Broadheads, the cheap ones from Walmart. I've had a lot of success with them. I've shot several deer. And I think one of the benefits with the cheaper Broadhead, I don't mind using these Broadheads to shoot my target when I'm practicing. So I get more practice with my Broadhead as opposed to if I spent more money on a Broadhead, I might not want to risk breaking that Broadhead and I don't get as much practice with it. So we're going to go ahead and see how this tip does today on the Excalibur Ibex. All right. I went ahead and adjusted my scope a little bit. The field points were shooting about dead on, but when I switched over to the Broadheads, the point of impact shifted a little bit, and I've adjusted my scope for that. Might add that this is the original scope that came with this Excalibur Ibex. It's a 2.5 by 32. It's a pretty simple scope. It does have different markings for the yardage. 20 is right there in the center crosshairs, 30 and 40. So it's pretty handy. It gives you a quick reference, and it's pretty accurate. Yeah, it's better. I've taken a couple shots with the field points at 30 yards, and I'm hitting pretty well where I want to be. I'm gonna go ahead and use this Broadhead, see if it hits where I want it. We'll be golden, and those deer better watch out. Drilled it. Drilled it. I'm talking about drilling it. Here's my 30-yard shot with the Broadhead. I'm not gonna mess with it. That's a dead deer. I'm happy with that. Looks like the Excalibur Ibex is gonna get some work done again this year. Gonna put some food on the table. To give my final thoughts on the Excalibur Ibex, gotta say I really do like this crossbow. I've killed several deer with this thing. I've shot countless arrows through it, and it just works season after season. It's been through all sorts of weather and conditions and just keeps plowing along. Unfortunately, Excalibur no longer makes this Ibex, but as Hawkins pointed out, their newer entry-level crossbows are far superior to this But if you happen to come across an Excalibur Ibex at a yard sale, maybe at a gun shop, somewhere like that, don't be afraid at all to go ahead and pick one up. It'll be a good crossbow for you. There you have it, folks, the Ibex by Excalibur. A great crossbow that's now obsolete.
Definitely check out the description below. Got links down there for you to check out. And I want to thank y'all for what you do. And y'all have a good one.